Yes, guys, you're welcome to the Bet Compass on Elegbetetvradio. Radio. My name is Daffy Matthew, and I get the Bet Oracle, the best in the land, not just in the land in Africa, not just in Africa, in the world right now. If you get anybody better than this man, please point into my direction. We would apologize. But until then, hold your horses, hold your peace. Tell your friends to tell your neighbor, tell your landlord that's always troubling you for money. Borrow me this, borrow me that. And because say now landlord, you know go pay back. You tell you say add them to the red. Tell him say Bet Compass, he want to start now. And there is no need for all those borrow again. Take the little you have and bet wisely. Then there's wisdom to it. I'm always betting and I'm always losing. This at the time when we say you go to listen, get coach. And then there's a book. There's a book out there that you can buy and become a winner. Don't play bet for just emotion. I like the face of the coach. Oh, the coach is a very hot coach. I like that. Don't do your betting like that. Well, I will let Kingsley Ediale take the reins and run the ship. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just his co-pilot. I'm just a sidekick here, and I want to do it and do it well. Kingsley Ediale, over to you. Welcome to the show as the man who will run the things, and then let the people enjoy you in terms of getting the very best advice in terms of betting.
Good morning, world. Good morning, Elegbete. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, the listeners. It's quite an honor to have a co-pilot. This very, very, very good. This very, very, very sharp. You started off yesterday explaining to everybody what would happen in the English league. And if that was all, they put their 1,000, so 5,000, they would also have gotten a big chunk of.
I said, I'm sure every old team will win except Man United, and that's exactly that will happen. Amazing, man.
Yeah, brilliant. You still got you got the fire. Bring more fire to the show.
No, let me leave you. Let me now overstretch it. I'm done one. I'm waiting for 12 o'clock again today to start the sports live this afternoon. Maybe that time the fire will come. But let's get the
all right
up and running.
Yeah, it was a brilliant show yesterday. At least we some games came to pass. A few of them messed it up. That is why we advised that the stuff we gave you yesterday, just make it 3-3. Pick out for those who grouped it. Read a very long list. For those who just grouped it, they had something to cash out. But for those who decided to play the whole thing, which usually is not our style, as we said, as we keep saying in this program, it's not our style to just go playing battalions of games in one particular ticket. It's suicidal. And yesterday it was exactly so. But we've known for a fact that Everton, they are going to be super. So for every ticket yesterday that we delivered, there was Everton in that game. And we did not play Everton win or draw. What we gave Everton was a straight win. What we gave Everton, we were that sure of Everton, and so it is. If you discovered first half, it seemed it was going to be shaky. We even had to predict yesterday on the show that first half it was going to be Everton's game. Everton were going to win that game first half, and it was exactly so. Even though they had to come from behind, they eventually got the game going. They won first half as it were, and eventually went ahead to win the game 5-2. Dortmund also came showing what they are made of, the stuff they are made of, and they also did what they had to do. And I'm sure there are people who have their 15 games in their hand who have put something and are expecting to reap as the game continues. There's the 7, I think it's 15 odds, 7 games. I'm still running. Mine is still running. I placed 5,000 naira on it, and I expect to cash out a little money to add to school fees, as I said. And that is what the show is about.
To add to school fees. Yeah. I like the way you put it.
That's what the show is about. The show is about you having to do one or two things. So today we are going to help people because I discovered that people are not exactly disciplined enough to code their games. They're not disciplined enough to reduce their selection. They're not disciplined enough to know which game not to put, which game not to add on the whole ticket. So today we're going to do a little bit, trying to help them code little, as in trying to help them reduce it concisely today.
Yeah.
And we have lots of games for them to pick today. So without wasting much time, we would like to just quickly jump in and let them understand that today it is a given that Leipzig should pick the win. Leipzig is going to be playing Mainz later today. Leipzig to win. Then there's the Liverpool-Chelsea go-go. Then the Tottenham game is very, very dicey. This Tottenham versus Southampton, I want us to discuss it a little bit. For some of the game, it's very. I am thinking Tottenham will still struggle. I know Tottenham.
Me too.
So I'm thinking Tottenham, but because they are faced with Southampton, who also are trying to get their mojo too, it now looks a little bit dicey. But it's also difficult playing a team that is also trying to struggle out, trying to have that solid start. Because they are also trying to have that solid start, it means they are going to be fighting in their home. And if they are going to be fighting in their home, it makes it really, really, really tough for Tottenham. And so far, even why in some ticket I was bold enough to put Tottenham to win in some ticket. In other tickets, I was also gave it to Southampton, and that's the idea. Do not play identical games on all your games, so that when you lose one, you lose everything. You will try and also make sure there are some other tickets, some other games who carry different prediction. For instance, the Tottenham game, it's one of that kind of games you want to really, 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 really look into. So in this particular ticket, I'm giving Tottenham to win, and I go straight to Japan, Kawasaki Frontal to win. Then
okay, so go back. Let's track back a bit. So for those games that Kingsley Ediale just gave, so that you don't come out crying and lamenting. I hate to read from the book of lamentation from people. So take it this way. Leipzig to win, and what's the other game that you called before the Spurs game now? Chelsea, Liverpool, go. Just bookmark those two as one ticket. 2 games, 1 ticket. Leipzig to win, and Chelsea, Liverpool, go. And then if you want to be
you can even add on that same ticket you put Leipzig and Liverpool. You can also add Kawasaki, Frontal, and FC Tokyo.
Okay.
You can also add that too. But let me give the
to
code.
go further, you cannot remove the Spurs and Southampton from that one, so that it doesn't become the one that make the food sour. You know, as our mama talk, if person put hand for soup overnight, in the morning you get 4. We don't want a ticket to have 4, so let's have it the right way, and we're fine.
Yeah. So that particular code is ZB BS2KQ. It's a Bet Niger code. ZBBS2KQ. It's a Bet Niger code.
So if you're listening now, you already got it. So it's up to you.
Yeah. And also, you can also take the next code. The next game, you can just also spice that up. Leipzig to win also. Then there's another one, another game in that same ticket. The ticket I'm about to call now. In that particular ticket, we have Chelsea and Liverpool also go. Then we have CSKA Moscow on that particular ticket. CSKA Moscow on that particular ticket. We have Kawasaki, we have Tokyo, we have Aberdeen on that same ticket. If you fancy this, and this particular ticket, it's ZB B R
okay.
N D ZB B R N D. So you have, if you check the game, you're going to see you have 8 games in that particular ticket, and you have 55 odds in that ticket. 8 games and 55 odds. As the show progresses, I would let you understand why we've not started this show with other markets. Why it's strictly win, draw, win. We pick games, we know, okay, there's a formula to that. But eventually, we'll get to know why. Later on, maybe probably next week, we'll have samples of games where we also explain to you. But the basic, what I want you to understand as you listen, and we're taking you on a journey. And I've come to understand, I said it in the very first show, that majority of us do not know how to pick games. Some of us, we just decide that a particular game will be all round 1.5. So we'll just pick 10 games, we'll just put everything 1.5. Majority of us will just decide that in this particular ticket, everything will be home. Majority of us will just decide to go inside and play win first half, win second half. That is also going to be killing you. You need to be an expert. You need to have a lot of money to play, to start playing, mixing your options. Because when you mix these options, what you're doing, if you have 4 games rather on a particular ticket, I tell you, you have more than 4. Because if you are saying, for instance, Leipzig to win first half and second half, then you go another match, Liverpool to win first half. That you are seeing 4 games, but me I'm seeing already. You are seeing 2 games, 2 matches, but me I'm seeing 4 games on your ticket already. Because on one particular ticket you have 2 decisions that must happen, and another ticket you have 2 decisions that must happen. I don't want to start that with I don't start that with you. But eventually, I'm going to tell you how you can do it if you eventually want to do it. But for now, let's stick by these basics, because the truth is, in the betting platform, all those other markets are there basically to distract you.
Absolutely.
They are basically there.
They are.
Yeah. So now, let's go straight, or still on that ticket. Okay, another ticket rather. Another ticket, this one looks sweet too. On this ticket, there's Napoli, there is Juventus, there's Spartak Moscow, and there's Aberdeen. Spartak Moscow, Ruby Kazan versus Spartak Moscow. There's Napoli, there's Aberdeen, there's Juventus. Juventus would want to start big, even though Sampdoria are usually very tough for Juventus. But usually Sampdoria poses a lot of threats to Juventus whenever they are playing home. Whenever they play away, it's always difficult to beat Juventus. And Juventus have they have they have a new boss, a new coach, one of Elegbetetvra's all-time
greatest hero football-wise.
And the Pelu is going to want to start with a bang. And I'm sure that game should be easy for them to pick. So Juventus is going to be on this particular ticket. Napoli, they have an Osimhen, who has already he wants to start. He has a lot of things to. He wants to start. It's not that he wants to prove anything to anybody. But Osimhen wants to start winning, and he's going to deliver goals naturally. So when you have key people like that playing for a particular team, and you match them with their opponents, you should be able to tell what the outcome would be. Napoli would pick that. Spartak Moscow will beat Ruby Kazan. And Aberdeen, they are going to beat Motherwell because Aberdeen is at home. So on that particular ticket, we have ZB.
Okay.
ZB. BR. 6BZ. ZB, BR, 6BZ. So straight also into another ticket. Now, one thing you're going to discover, I will also try. Well, I explain why we're doing this. We're doing this because a lot of people who, when we read everything through, they just decide to play everything like that.
That's very fun anyway.
Yeah.
That's not smart at all.
Yeah, I want to help them break them out. So now this particular one too, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is also a sweet ticket. I like this particular ticket. It's 14.28 and just 5 games on it. Genoa versus Crotone. Genoa to win. Huesca versus Cadiz CF. Huesca to win or draw. Feyenoord versus Twente. Feyenoord to win. Then there's bid Borisov to win also on that ticket. Then Orlando City is also playing Chicago Fire. Orlando City to win on that particular ticket. It's a sweet ticket, and the booking number is ZBBQ D3L. ZBBQD3L. 14 odds.
Genoa to win. That code again.
ZBBQD3L. Genoa to win is on this ticket. Huesca to win or draw is on this ticket. If you want to go bold, you can just re-edit that and put Huesca to win straight win. Feyenoord to win is on this ticket. Bates Borisov is on this ticket. Orlando City to win is on this ticket. They'll be playing Chicago Fire. They are on this ticket. So you want to take that, I think you already have that, 40.28 odds, 5 games. Just 5 games. Just 5 games. And we re-edited that to also get to this particular ticket, ZBBQH9N. That's another ticket, ZBBQH9N. On this particular ticket, we have so much trust in Genoa that we replaced it to win Croton. On this particular ticket, we remembered Napoli and added it on this particular ticket, and we mixed it with Feyenoord, and we go take CSK Moscow from other ticket too, and we'll now introduce a new guy, Rangers, in this particular ticket.
Maybe I know good Rangers, Glasgow Rangers in Scotland, please.
Hibernian in the Scottish League.
Yeah.
Hibernian, Scottish League. Hibernian versus Glasgow Rangers. So that we have that ticket, ZBBQH9N. It's 10 odds, 5 games. 10 odds, 5 games. 10 odds, 5 games.
Oh, that's a good one.
5 games. Now, this one, if you want to also, maybe you want the bigger odds, this 8 games and 54 odds, it's ZBBQKTW. ZBBQKTW. KTW. And what we're doing, we're just mixing. There's also another mix, another flavor of all the particular games we've mentioned now in this other ticket that we want to mention. This one at Leipzig has now. Edafe, who do you think would win? Let me ask you. Let me put you on a very easy spot. It's Chelsea versus Liverpool. Who do you think would win? Chelsea versus Liverpool?
Well, I think momentum favors Liverpool, actually. But that Liverpool defense that I saw last week, as bad as Chelsea played last week, their defense was not overtly breached, apart from one time. For a newly promoted team that was playing against the defending champion and all-conquering Liverpool, to play them the way they played them, was still seeing the post-COVID, because there were 2 Liverpool that we saw last season. There was the pre-COVID hot and blazing Liverpool, and then there's the post-COVID struggling Liverpool. Seems like that is the carryover into this one. So they would concede goals. And then the speed of the attack line of Chelsea. The only reason why I'm not even going at all at say Chelsea will win is because these players still need some time to gel. Having said that, though, I think that if Chelsea keep it tight at the back, they have a shot at winning this game. This is one of those games that I feel Chelsea can win. But if I'm putting money in this game, the surest place to put my money is both teams to score. There is goals on both ends. There's too much firepower up front for Liverpool and too much firepower up front for Chelsea. And these are the things that decides the season. When you look at the Arsenal team, yes, Nketiah came from the bench yesterday to score. But you know, when Arsenal is making changes and you're removing a powerhouse like Lacazette and you're bringing Nketiah or whatever his name is, you get worried like, the thing is weak. But then with Liverpool, you have, strong players starting and then still some on the bench. The same thing for Chelsea. But I go to, when it comes to me betting, I like betting wisely. The wisest bet in this one is in 90 minutes, both teams will score no matter how it is. So I don't care who wins. But if I'm pushed to the wall to say, pick a team that win, I think Chelsea will win this game.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and okay, that's a sad one for people who play this ticket, because on this ticket is Liverpool to win.
Yeah, that's you. You just put me on the spot, and I give you my spot position. So,
yeah, I
adjust it on the Liverpool side of the bet. They should just adjust it to put Google on that part, so the ticket can change. That's why you have the right to edit. When we give you ticket, you have the right to edit. Follow your gut feeling. What has worked for me over the years in bets is my gut feeling. Now, my gut feeling comes with research as well. I do a whole lot of research. But when it comes to the crunch time in 50-50 games like this one, I go with my gut feeling. There are other games that you predict straight up, like, oh, Bayern wants to play. I'm going with Bayern to win. I'm even taking it. These days, if I pick a Bayern, I'm taking them over 3.5 because that's what the real odds is, over 3.5, and see what is going to happen. But Borussia Dortmund, I don't pick them straight to win again because they're also very small. I pick them over 2.5. So, but when it comes to crunch games like this, Liverpool, Chelsea, these two teams are almost at par right now. Forget that Liverpool is defending champion. That's their pocket right now. So Chelsea will match Liverpool ball for ball, man for man, speed for speed, power for power. So I think I'll go with them because I don't think Thiago is going to come in and walk into the squad directly. This is not Everton. This is Liverpool. So until that, it will change. So both teams to score is the surest.
At the same time, exactly. You're spot on. You're right. You're very, very correct. It's a tough one, and just as you said, both teams to score is it to go. I also had every right. I also want to give this game to Chelsea.
Okay. I'm listening. Okay, so Kingsley's network is the network demons on the other side have come up again to bear
until this take on the Liverpool's get pressing and every other thing. And but then again, after seeing Leeds too, they've seen the fact that okay, they played Leeds and Leeds almost shocked Liverpool. And we also see we saw what Leeds did yesterday, and we just come to discover that okay, we can't judge Liverpool based on the Leeds game. I think Leeds are too excited and too strategic. I think they want to score more goals in this their run. They are a team who want to be able to bank on their goals. I don't know if that would help them because I understand that you really can't survive the Premier League if you have too much leaky back. If you have so much leaking at your back and your defense and thinking you will go all out to win. So, but it's just based on that. I say, okay, perhaps Liverpool can still do this and beat Chelsea today. But like you said, it's a tough one. Just do the best thing and pick both teams to score. But if you have the strength, if you have the risk, you have the money to play with, you can go and do Liverpool to win or you do Chelsea to win, depending on how you're. But for us, just go both teams to score. Then there's on this particular ticket, okay, I think I've already said that. So we did that mix and that. Now, on this ticket, this one is ZBB PNJH.
ZBB.
Yeah, ZBB PNJH. On this particular ticket, We have Newcastle United. We have Reims, and we have Wesker on this particular ticket. The short ticket. On another ticket, we have Rio Ave, CD Tondela versus Rio Ave. We give that game to Rio Ave. On this ticket, we say Genoa would win. So it's Genoa still appearing on this particular ticket. Reims would also, Metz versus Reims would play. And there's also Wesker on this ticket, and Newcastle. Newcastle United versus Brighton. Why do I have so much confidence in Newcastle United? Edafi, did you see the Newcastle game?
Yes, I saw it.
Yeah, I think Newcastle is also one of those good team that would also, but it's also tricky because Brighton against Chelsea, it wasn't also, Brighton also showed they want to play, and they've got some things off their sleeves. So Newcastle versus Brighton, what would you pick?
Newcastle versus Brighton, I have multiple markets in that one. So my first market was an over 2.5, but priority market is Newcastle to win. And this is my reason. Against Chelsea, Brighton played against a Chelsea team that was not really composed, that was exposed so many times, but lack of experience, lack of composure, lack of proper clear line of thought affected Brighton. Would they fix their problem? Yes, I've been in the football field, so I understand that when you get a bad game, it's also it could be a springboard for a better game the next match, because when you win a match, this is how football works in the dressing room. When you win a match, that week, coaches don't work very hard because they feel like, oh, we've got something right, let's just keep at it. And then the next match, they don't tell you, okay, remember what you did last time out, just go there and do it. But when you lose a game, the coaches won. Everybody, the backroom staff, that's when they really work. They go back and say, what have we done? What have we not done well? They watch the game again with finite details. So I think the Brighton and Hove people would watch that game with finite details and see all of the things they missed out. But quality is not something you can get within a week. So if they don't have the quality to stay calm, to be composed, and to be very, very instinctive up front, because that was a problem. It's not really a problem of defending. It was their attack that led them down, because if they took their chances and converted it as when they got it, they would have done better. But that didn't happen. So for Newcastle is a team that is riding the storm that would have destroyed that goal, the kind of storm that sent Leeds United down, the kind of storm that sent Bolton Wanderers and Portsmouth down. But they are riding that storm and coming at it very, very well. It's called bleeding and still leading. So for me, there's no knife you can stick in their heart anymore. So many things have happened to Newcastle, fans crying for Mike Ashley to go. They almost sold to the Saudis. The English FA plundered that deal and make it not to happen. They're going to court now to go and fight. So I think that Newcastle have found a united front. And one of the things that keep them going is winning. I think Newcastle is going to win this game. How many goals they will score, I don't know. But it looks like a game that they will also concede one, and it means it could get into that over 2.5 mark. But definitely, I'll bet all my money on Newcastle winning.
And exactly, and that's why Newcastle is so. You're right. I believe in them in this. I believe in this their campaign, and let's hope they get. Let's hope they get it running. I also have some other games here. 3-3 games. Now, these ones are 3-3 games. They are risky, but I have my gut feeling, plus some research, plus some audacity to cook this particular game. So, Real Madrid is going to be playing today. On this particular ticket, I'm giving Real Madrid to win. And they're going to have. Let me call the ticket. It's ZBB XP7J. It's just 3 games, and 3 games giving you 12 odds. Is how this one now it's ZBBXP7J. On this particular ticket, there's a straight draw, and it's also in that particular match we talked about the last time, Southampton Tottenham. On this particular ticket, it's a straight draw then there's Real Madrid, then there's Liverpool to win on this ticket. It is
That's very
what it is.
audacious. That's bold.
You put your money, it's already coded for you. If you have money to risk it. If you have money to play with, remember the kind of money we use here. Remember what we tell you. We'll tell you the money you use for this is money. Don't go and use money you want to use for bigger projects, money you cannot afford to lose. But if you can have some spare money to play with, some spare money to invest with, this one is actually serious. It's audacious, but I'm also going to be staking my money on it. So it's Liverpool to win, and there's a straight draw, and there's Real Madrid. Just 3 games. And once you've managed your chances, you've reduced your chances. Once this goes through, you are a winner. It's 12 odds. If you put 10K, you know what to get. If you put 10K, you're getting 120,000. If you put 5K, you're getting 60,000. So it's what it is. I've called it again. It's ZBB XP 7J. There's also another short ticket. This is also very audacious. There's also Liverpool to win here. I'm just going with Liverpool to win. Liverpool to win. Then there's Marseille versus Lille. It's a draw or Lille. Or draw is a double chance for Lille. That's the French one.
Win or draw for Lille.
Yeah, win or draw for Lille. And there's Montpellier. Yeah, Montpellier is going to Montpellier versus Angers. Montpellier to win this one. Montpellier to win this one. And Liverpool still on this ticket. Just the 3 games. And you have ZBBYC 9J. ZBBYC 9J. 9J. So then there's another ticket. We also have to just discuss the Real Sociedad versus Real Madrid before we continue with this particular ticket.
All right, I'm waiting.
Real Madrid, the games I'm playing, I'm giving Real Madrid to win. I'm also giving Barcelona to win. Barcelona will be playing Villarreal later, not today. In that particular game, I'm seeing these 2 giants of La Liga, even though they had not too smooth campaign season, they've proved from time to time that they are not a team who are comfortable in going to sit at the back burner. They are a team who consistently have something to prove. And it's more than football for Real Madrid. It's more than football for Barcelona. There is culture, there's tradition, there's what you call politics. There are a lot of things to Barcelona wanting to keep winning. There's a lot of things to Real Madrid wanting to keep winning. So, and Real Madrid actually, they last season, they had young crop of players who by now should be mature enough to start doing things. There are a lot of players who also used last season probably to use to test themselves, and this season they should be able to know to take that. One of those players are like Hazard. I don't think Hazard really got his mojo last season, but I think he is growing and now enjoying it. I think this season he probably get that fire started, that engine started. What do you think, Edafi? Because there's Real Madrid featuring in all this to win.
Okay, so because some people are wondering why Barcelona Elche not on the ticket, their game is postponed because of how far they went in the Champions League. So they definitely would come in the match week of 20th, that week where you have other fixtures. Even Atletico Madrid would also come into play in that week, or maybe on 26th, if I'm not mistaken. But let's stay with Real Madrid at this one. Like you said, Eden Hazard, we want to prove a point. My only problem with Eden Hazard, and I've always said that, is there is a recurring decima, which means he has body fat. It keeps coming back pre-season with added weight. It doesn't matter whether the off-season is 90 days or 40 days or 20 days. It keeps coming back with added body fat. Now, the thing with Madrid is it's coming into a team that high expectation, a team that expects him to deliver the goods match in, match out. Can he do that? One, Madrid will not allow you to be doing that turntable kind of football that Hazard is good at, that is used to playing, where he holds on to the ball for so long. So if Hazard can reinvent his game, he obviously will play well. When you play for a coach that loves you, that wants to have you in his team, it is easier. And as the case is, obviously the coach wants it. Most of the things that have been done, the decisions that have been taken, points in that direction. They've let Bale go, even with his knee injury, let him go to Tottenham Hotspur, meaning that there is no threat to Eden Hazard in that position. So it's not up to him to prove himself. Would he prove himself? I'm not really a major fan of Eden Hazard because I felt like the hype was more than the performance. So he's still just there. He's not even in this his best of form versus the best of Alexis Sanchez. I'll still pick Alexis Sanchez over him. So he is there. It's not in the world class. You know, that's what we call world class. And when I say world class, I'm not talking Ronaldo and Messi because that's extraterrestrial class. But it's not in the world class because his performance is not consistent. When you say that the best thing that the player does, you know, players are known for scoring goals, providing assists, creating chances. But when what a player is known for is he wins more foul, the most foul player, I think that's a statistics kind of player. He's good for FPL, he's good for statistics, but I don't think it's really good for football. The way I see football, and I'm not disrespecting, but at least Chelsea fans now will not say I'm hating on Chelsea this time because no longer it's Chelsea fan. And you know, my love for Real Madrid. But I don't think Hazard is that kind of player you want to build your team around in a Madrid kind of setting because the club is way, way bigger than him. He should just be a squad member, make his contribution and go. Madrid should focus on Vinicius. Benzema is still their go-to man. They have enough firepower to deal with Real Sociedad. But going to the Anota is always a difficult thing. You can ask Barcelona for that. You're a Barcelona fan, so you know that very well. It's always a difficult thing to travel to. That's a suicide dome to go to. But if there's any team that can crack the nut, it is a team that is coached by Zidane. Because the thing with Zidane is Zidane played a football that is built around flair, finesse, and quality. But it's not coaching in that style. Zidane is coaching with just one purpose and one purpose only. Result, go for results. Set your target early. I want to win the league, go for it. I want to win Champions League, go for it. No coach in recent history have shown the world how to prioritize like Zinedine Zidane. And I think that now that it seems like Barcelona are struggling, this is the best time to strike very hard. So from the get-go, it would want to march on like the Roman army or the Greek army of old and take its pride of place. I think that Real Madrid are going to win, not just win, but win very well by not conceding a goal.
Awesome, amazing. So that gets this code for you. So quickly write the code. On this code, there's Leicester City to win Burnley. There's Newcastle to win. We've talked about Newcastle before. We've talked about Napoli before. Now we've just talked about Real Madrid. So the new game in this particular ticket is Leicester City to win. So on this particular ticket, we have Leicester City to win, Newcastle to win, Napoli to win, Real Madrid. And it's ZB, BX, YMD. ZBBX, YMD. ZBBX, YMD. ZBBX, YMD. Leicester City versus Burnley. Leicester City, they've also started. They started well, and I think they should be able to also put this. Basically, because of how Burnley used themselves in the EFL competition, they really worked that team. A lot of teams that played in that same game are going to be playing against Leicester City. And Leicester City have a big game.
A lot of the players.
Yeah.
Another thing with Leicester is the fact that the coach has found a way to rotate his squad and use them to the best of his ability. So come 7 o'clock today, I think Brendan Rodgers will pick a squad that will not surprise anybody. Kasper Schmeichel is one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. Players like James Justin, Kangla Soyuncu have been able to keep hold of him. And then now, last week we saw Wilfred Ndidi play for centre back, even though that's the position he started playing as a youth player before he moved into defensive midfield. Nigerians are complaining because they are thinking this is another Mikalobi situation. It might affect him as a national team player. But then we saw back in the day, I saw somebody play centre back with Danny Blind most time for Ayers. It didn't change his game. Yes, I know that when you play centre back, you run less, you have lesser body meters to cover compared to when you're playing defensive midfield. And when you come to the national team, it might affect you. But let's not forget that the Nigerian national team plays only 7 or 6 or 8 games, not more than 10 games every calendar year. So the guys who play him will decide where they want him best and where it fits in. And then you have Timothy Castagne, Yori Telemans, Namples Mandy, who's come in and made them move with Fred to the central defense. I don't know if they will continue that. Then there's Dennis Pratt, there is ever reliable, dependable Jamie Vardy scored 2 goals last weekend, James Madison, Harvey Barnes, and then the rest of the cast that could come in. There's Kelechi Iheanacho on the bench. I don't know why it's not starting, but I think that it's because when you play Jamie Vardy, it is hard to play another person around him. You just have to give him that whole space because of his speed, his precision, his way of execution. It's like the handwriting of Arsenal back in the day, but then the system they play favors him alone occupying that attacking position. I think they will win. Yeah, Nick Pope is a decent goalkeeper. Charlie Taylor, James Trakowski, Phil Barsley, Kevin Long, George Brownhill, Dwight McNeil, Robert Brady, Ashley Westwood, Chris Wood, and Jay Rodriguez. These are players for Burnley. On their day, they could burn you. On their day, they could burn you. But I think Leicester has found a way to put themselves in a team of top 6. And when you're a top 6 team, these are games that you must win to prove your credential. I'll go with Leicester to win in this one. I might not be able to pick you the over 2.5, over 3.5, or the goal difference and all that, but I'll go with Leicester to win.
Splendid. I think let's just that's it. Leicester City to win. I hope they do us proud, and so we can cash in on and do a lot of things with this money.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, probably I should just read some of the quotes again.
Yeah, we're close to winding up now. We just have about 4 minutes to the end of it, so let's read the codes and then pack it up.
Yeah, it's going to be like I said. If you're listening there, you want to play the games, do the right thing. We've helped you to try to cut them down so that you don't just go playing long tickets and making that mistake. It's better when you have short games, short selections rather on your ticket. The first ticket we gave today was ZBBS 2KQ. ZBBS 2K2Q. The BBS for book, B for book, B for book. The first 3 letters in all the tickets is ZBB, Z for zebra, then B for book, B for bill. So you always have that first 3 letter throughout the
series of codes for today.
Exactly. So ZBBS, S for Salah, 2KQ, ZBBRRND, ZBBR6, B2, ZBBQ D3L, ZBBQ H9N, ZBBQ KTW, ZBBR 6BZ, 6BZ, ZBBP NJH. So I'm sure you'll be able to get one of those things. I'm sure a lot of these tickets would win. I'm putting my money on all the tickets, and I'm definitely going to be reaping. So we can have testimonies when we meet again next Saturday.
All right, thank you very much, Kingsley Ediale, for giving us all of this beautiful code, bet code, and I love the fact that today we had to do a bit of analysis in some key games like the Newcastle game, the Leicester City game, Real Madrid, and the Liverpool game. We'll continue that. I told you guys that the show would improve every week, week in, week out. And for now, please, guys, we'll still keep it for Saturdays and Sunday. If we decide to change, we'll let you guys know. I know because everybody complaining, oh, Champions League is coming. Why don't we do that? Well, stick with us. We might, we started with the Saturday, then you guys made us bring the Sunday in. We might change that and do a combination of maybe like on the Monday, we'll give you all of the Tuesday and Wednesday Champions League tickets or codes, and then do the Europa on a Wednesday evening and give you the Europa so that you can cover it, because I know that a lot of people say these games are so plenty. Give us, be the compass, guide us, and make sure we get the right betting. We will try our best, but then let's take it one step at a time, like Jordan Spark will say, so that we don't miss a line. It's a Sunday morning and it feels like church in here, but then when you win, that's why it feels like church. Please help us on Twitter. We are at ELEGBETE1. Please mention your win, talk about it, so that others like you will feel encouraged to listen to the show or watch the video. And thank you very much, Ediale Kingsley. It's been Bet Compass on ELEGBETE My name is Elegbetetvradio. I enjoy being here, and like I always say, don't be part of the problem, be part of the solution. But if peradventure, not as to say all fingers are not equal, you can't be part of the solution, please encourage those who are trying to make the solution for the problems that we face in our nation. God bless you, and God bless everybody out there. Have a lovely time. Kingsley, thank you very much for your time once again. And until we meet again on Saturday, keep penning your letters for the culture. I love the one you wrote to the governor of Lagos State. Beautiful one there. Lovely, lovely piece. And also your Nigerian musicians write-up. Thank you very much for always inking for the culture. We love you, and God bless you. Have a wonderful Sunday.